I used to be pro-life. I debated teachers in school about the issue, and my main topic, my bring-it-home argument was, what if your child had been aborted? I believed every abortion was a fully formed baby. I believed every abortion was because a mother didn't want a child. I had an image in my head of what this imaginary woman looked like, and she didn't look anything like me or anyone I knew. And I had an active imagination, but I didn't imagine who the father of the baby was. I didn't imagine how old the person was, whether or not she was able-bodied enough to give birth, if she had other children that she was struggling to take care of, if she had a support system, because she didn't look like me, but she had all of the benefits that I had, because I couldn't imagine anything different. And none of that actually mattered to me anyway, because if she didn't want a baby, she could just put them up for adoption. I told people over and over that it was selfish to kill a baby when so many loving families were praying for children. I ignored the fact that most of these families were looking for infants, that there were thousands of children who had aged out of these loving families' desired age range. It didn't matter that there is a market for infants, and women around the US are, right now, and have historically been pressured to give up their babies for these so-called better lives. It didn't occur to me that just because you want a baby doesn't mean you deserve a baby. No one around me cared that the #1 cause of death for pregnant women is murder, so I didn't care. No one around me cared that someone with a beating heart can legally be pulled off of life support because you're considered dead when you don't have brain function, so I didn't care. No one around me cared about the 13-year-old girl who sat next to me in middle school who was pregnant with her second baby. She was 2 years older than the rest of us, and someone once told me it was because she had a learning disability. I guess no one thought being pregnant at 11 years old and then again at 13 could cause trouble at school. I didn't see her again after that year. I think about her a lot, though. I do not fault the everyday citizens who do not agree with abortion. I wish they would focus their love and energy more on preventing pregnancies, but I don't fault them. But I do fault the politicians, the Supreme Court justices, the men and women who were hired by the American people to protect our interests. The ones who have already pressured mistresses and girlfriends to get abortions in secret. The ones who make so much money that they will never, ever have to worry about not having access to abortions in the future. Because pro-life doesn't have anything to do with life. It just doesn't. Because if it did, we'd have more benefits for pregnant people. We'd follow up with free healthcare for babies and children. We'd have free childcare, universal preschool. We'd charge people who murdered pregnant people with the murder of the child too. And we would never deport a woman carrying a child that was conceived on US soil, because we would understand that she was carrying a US citizen. These politicians don't care about you. They don't care about women in America, and they don't care about babies. And if this wasn't an issue, there wouldn't be an office. No forced birth in America.